Okay. Episode 2.
Episode 2, here
Cheers.
we are. Pros with Pints.
Pros with Pints. I think the last one went over pretty good.
Yeah, everyone who made it through episode 1, welcome to episode 2.
Thank you for coming back.
For those of you that we lost, you'll never see this, so screw you guys.
We're both drinking Rebellion Cherry Dreamsicle.
Oh, is that good?
So good,
That's honestly my first sip. That was a genuine reaction there. That is...
I may have had one last night when we tapped this keg.
Oh,
it's really good.
You could probably have 100 of those.
Yeah.
We had a suggestion, Ken Rogers said we should do pros after 6 pints. Maybe 600 pints, you know.
Pros after
Dream big.
6.
Dream big.
It might happen, but that might turn into like a 6-hour video.
Well, I was thinking we could we could chop it up. We could have cuts, so like all of a sudden, like, oh, the beer's empty.
Pros after 3 pints, pros after 5 pints, pros after 6. Yeah. Followed by pros in first choice on the way home.
Or in a coma, you know, whatever comes first. Yeah, so let's, you want to recap episode 1 here?
We talked about the Battle of the Movie Swings.
We did.
Yeah.
Was happy with that. We had a clear-cut winner there, Kevin Costner.
Yeah, Kevin Costner was
I'm happy with that. I'm still on board with that decision. I haven't changed my mind.
We had some rules.
Even though I've spent day and night thinking about
I know you have.
My decisions on this show for the last 2 weeks. So.
Yeah, it's been difficult on you, I know.
Lost a little bit of sleep, but that's beside the point. I know I'm trying to bring the best I can from our viewers here. So. Radio silence there on that.
Second part was rules. Talked about some of the rules.
Had a good discussion there.
Yeah, we'll bring that back one of these days as well. There's lots of rules to talk about.
To touch on that a little bit, I found an article Dave Pelz wrote in 2007 about the benefits of leaving the flagstick in. Then talking about
chipping,
chipping, and how if the flagstick is leaning away from you or towards you, it's actually more of a benefit. And fixing it to make it straight if it's leaning too much towards you and there's not enough space for the ball. You know, it's an interesting article. If we can get a link to that, people can read that. But that was 11 years ago. He wrote an article on the benefits of having it in.
And now Bryson DeChambeau's looking into what the COR of a flag is.
No, he's doing this scientific research.
Yeah.
Dave Pelz went out and talked in the article about him doing a bunch of experimentation, trying to figure out what the best approach was, but it's an interesting article.
Yeah.
It's again, this is going to be talked about for a while.
Oh yeah, absolutely. What else did we talk about last time? We talked about
we talked about golf balls.
Golf balls. Did a lot of golf ball talk. How to fit golf balls.
Yeah.
What the difference is. What you should probably look for when you're buying them.
Had a good chat there, and again, that's another endless topic too. Like we could dive into. I mean, we didn't really touch on the lower end golf balls as much, so there's a lot more there. So if anybody has any questions on that, again, feel free to ask.
And then
being nice to
and then because he had one negative comment.
Well, it was.
Wasn't the negative comment you were looking for?
No, I was looking for some real bashing. Like, come on, like dig deep.
Yeah,
that's
your mustache is too.
We got one guy in the Rusty Shovel boss, number 5, who didn't get a shout out last episode. This is your shout out. We should cut to. I was thinking about it. We should cut to a shot of the fountain that was installed by Rusty Shovel.
Yeah, the fountain is good.
But I'm thinking just like a 1 second flash of the fountain. I mean, I think
you probably do that.
That's what we are.
Quick one.
It's nice fountain. It provides a nice ambiance in the background.
Makes me have to pee a lot more though.
Really? I would think it would have that effect on you if you.
A lot of running water.
Yeah,
it's not good. It's a great fountain though.
It is a great.
And then we talked about Bryson DeChambeau.
We did.
Love him or hate him.
Yeah.
We both kind of liked
it. It was a unanimous, I wouldn't say love, but liked.
Yeah, liked. Okay, so let's get into this week's. This week's we dialed it back to 3 topics to try and limit how long Brad and I talk for.
Yeah, I mean, I could sit here and talk forever. So.
Yeah.
Try and stop me. Try and stop me, Kim. No, you won't.
Stop harassing the staff. Okay, so topic number 1, we decided...
He lives here.
The Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, The Match. Did anybody watch it? I watched it. We had it on in here. You didn't watch it?
I didn't watch it.
What did you think about the hype? What did you think about it in general?
Yeah, I think they did a good job hyping it up, but I've been really toying with how to best approach this topic, given that I genuinely wasn't that interested in watching it.
I'll give it that.
I was thinking about a comparison on the way here. So what if you took, like, if you want to watch a home run derby in baseball, you pick a few guys that you want to watch in that home run derby, but like, I want to watch them when they're at their absolute peak, their absolute best. I think this match would have been great like 15 years ago, right? When they were both in their prime. But
yeah,
and it's fun, the nostalgia of it to see them go at it. Well, so other people saw them go at it. I didn't see it. But,
I saw it.
To see them have a battle here, it went 22 holes or something like that.
Yeah, well, it didn't even go 22 holes because it went. They were tied after 18, so then they went back to the 18th hole, played the 18th hole, and then it got so dark that they went over, but they'd already planned this out. So it went 20 holes technically, because they went back to, after they played 18 the second time, they went over to like the putting green, where they'd set up like a fake tee box on the fringe of the putting green, and hit it was like 93 yards to the 18th green, so they created a par 3 from the finish line. I guess they played that I guess it would have gone 22 because it would have. I think they played it 3 times.
Okay.
But it was such a cheesy ending. Like, I get that you have time, and I get that it's a pay-per-view, and the sun was setting, but so why not tee off earlier? Like I don't know. It was just 93 yards, and Tiger blew it over the green 3 times in a row. Like, 93 is not Tiger's number, obviously.
Yeah.
Mickelson figured it out. He had it teed up like a half inch off the ground. It was the craziest. But yeah, anyways, it was.
It's kind of a womp.
Yeah, it was a bit of an anticlimactic ending. It would have been a lot more exciting, I think.
Yeah.
But
I mean, maybe they learned something from it, and we get some more stuff like that in the future. That's really cool. But
yeah,
it just wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I was excited about it right off the bat. And then kind of got less excited about it, going, well, like, there's not really going to be any spectators out there. It's a super private place. It's just Phil and Tiger. And then the funniest part, which, like I said, we watched it here at First Tee, but they had them mic'd up the whole time. And the first hole as they walked off, it was like somebody you had never met before. Like, so, sky's pretty blue, hey? Like, it was the worst small talk I've ever heard in my life. Oh, and then after they got through like 6 holes and they were both kind of grinding, it was like somebody had walked past him, like, you guys need to talk, like, put it in his ear, like, say something, like, and so I don't even know what they talked about, but it was, yeah, the witty banter back and forth wasn't up to
snuff. Yeah.
And then the interesting part I thought they added late was the side betting. I thought that was awesome. And then, so if you think if you and me go out and have side bets, and you're like, you can bet on anything you want, throw it down anytime during the match. You're going to throw it at what, like every hole, like 10 feet? Hey, I'll bet you $10 you're going to miss this putt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right? They didn't do it. They did close to the pins. And then I think they did like maybe a couple others, but it was nothing cool. Like, it was, if Tiger missed a green or if Phil missed a green, like, in my mind, they should have been throwing, Honey K down, saying you need up and down for 100K.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to hit a 7-iron from there and get up, or something crazy. I would have made it a lot more fun.
Make each thing interesting instead of them just playing a 20-hole match with blown shots on a 9.
Yeah, and I guess maybe I expected Tiger to be less of a robot, and he's a robot.
Yeah, so I mean, I think you just did this at the wrong point in the 2 of their careers. You either do it when they're both at their peak, or do it when they're both finished, when they can go out there and have a bunch of fun. They're not both still trying to compete on the PGA Tour, where they got that reputation, all that kind of stuff to uphold. Pick one or the other.
Yeah.
And, would I have loved to watch Arnie and Jack go at it at some point? Yeah, but either when they're both in their primes, which are kind of overlap maybe a little bit, or when they're both finished and get
I think when it's finished might have been cool too. Cause, give it another, I don't know, how long are they gonna play? Who knows? Give it 10 years. Exactly. Give it 10 years maybe, where they're both kind of like, golf isn't. I mean, golf will always be their world, but where they can chat it up and talk and laugh, and you're right. I think that would have been more funny for sure. There was a lot of talk about it being not good for the game as well. I found on social media, and thoughts on that.
I think it's all right for the game. I don't think it hurts it by any means. I think that bringing Tiger's the guy that brought this game from in the late 90s to where it is now. It's maybe in a roundabout way, I can't say directly, it's why I play. I mean, I remember sort of scouring courses for Nike golf balls when I was 10, 11, 12 years old, because that was Tiger's golf ball. Yeah. And like, we would cherish Nike golf balls when we found them. And that's an effect Tiger had on the game. Like, it wasn't that great of a golf ball. It just had a Nike swoosh on it, and it became the holy grail of golf balls, a thing to own, right? Yeah. And I mean, that effect probably pulled me up all the way to where I am right now. And I mean, even though I never directly thought about it that way before, and so to see a resurgence in Tiger and to see him kind of on his way back up. I mean, I saw the stat that a year ago this time, or maybe 2 years ago, he was like 2,000 something in the world, and now he's 13th. And to see him climb back up and that recovery, that resilience to get back to that level is great. And I think Phil still has a lot left in him as well. I mean, that guy loves to win as much as everyone else, and I think they both still have a lot left in them, and I don't know if the match showed it or not, but
it did not.
I mean, it's when you put the microscope on somebody and go, okay, here's the match, like, no pressure, but tons of pressure to play well.
Yeah, everybody's watching.
Let everyone down.
Yeah,
every Tom, Dick, and Harry with their own YouTube videos going to sit here and critique them
or Brad and Garrett
playing.
With their own YouTube.
I mean, if that match would have gone out and they would have both thrown darts all day long and made 100 birdies,
could have been really cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. You can't predict that. It's golf.
No.
Even them being two of the best players in the game, they're not going to be able to just turn it on like that, and all of a sudden they magically make a bunch of birdies. But
yeah. I just think it was with the way that the game is in, and I just got back from the PGA of Canada tee talks and that, and one of the biggest things was how traditional golf is on a decline, but non-traditional golf avenues are so big that that's what's actually growing the game right now. And I guess it depends what you're looking at, because two guys playing for 9 schmil, like, is that good for golf? I guess it only focuses on one guy winning a lot of money out of 2 people, and it's hand-picked 2 people. Nobody qualified for anything like this, so I don't know if that's really the message that we need to be sending for. It's at a super elitist club in Vegas, and just maybe sent the wrong. I mean, cool, granted for all the golfers, but that being said, though, I guess maybe not avid golfers and weren't really watching it, so I guess it doesn't really hurt in that regard too. But I don't know. I just interesting to look at.
I would agree there. I think they needed to take it one direction or the other. Like, they kind of got caught in the middle between traditional and non-traditional.
Yeah.
And they tried to
do something different.
They tried to take 2 pretty traditional guys and make them non-traditional, make them morph into. So, because who knows what ideas that went on in that match were Tiger and Phil's ideas, and what were the ideas of the people putting the event on. And trying to force those 2 guys to do something they don't really normally do.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to get the result you got.
Yeah, and I think what you see with, like, the European, I think maybe it was America trying to react to what the European Tour is doing, like, with all they're bringing in all their stars, and you've seen their videos, like, the close to pin contest, and I don't know who sponsors it, I can't remember anymore, but it's like they get 5 European Tour stars, and they do a big closest to the pin shootout match play thing. On the water in the middle of a random city. Yeah. Like, I thought that's really cool, and I think that maybe appeals to more where the Top Golf kind of model comes in, and Johnny Top Golf can go and be like, oh, I'm just like the European guys, I'm hitting a ball into a target, right? Yeah. Whereas this one's like, oh, I'm at an exclusive club playing for $9 million. I can't do that.
Yeah, no, I can't do that.
$9 maybe.
No, I like where you are at that point there. That's I think that's hits on a lot of good things there, and I agree. I think the non-traditional stuff needs to make its way in a little bit, because that's what people want to do. They want Top Golf. They want bigger golf holes. They want everything like that. So.
Yeah, it was really interesting statistics to see, actually, that the National Golf Association brought up in this T-Talks thing. It was,
interesting.
And how everybody's saying golf is dead, but if you really look at it, participation's is as high now as it almost was when Tiger was at its peak, but not in a traditional sense, with the Top Golf people and stuff, and non-traditional golf. It was super interesting to hear that. But that was kind of what came to mind when I was thinking about stuff like that. So
cool.
Yeah, there we go. Good or bad, we're not really sure. It was interesting.
Maybe I'll watch it at some point, and I can feel like it
could
be more of an
free
expert
now.
on this subject. Well, yeah,
Barstool Sports leaked it, or couldn't get something going, so they decided to stream it for free.
Oh yeah.
So now
I
it
heard about
was.
that happening.
Haven't seen my refund yet, but Access Communications. But
Hey, another shout out.
Not sure if that was good, but
Take what you can get.
should we move on to
Topic
topic
two.
number 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so there were a few in the initial questions on Facebook. There were a few golf swing questions.
Okay.
Us being golf pros, probably something we could talk about.
Probably touch on it a little bit.
Probably touch on it a little bit, yeah. So this is more just of a style question. Somebody asked, when a golf pro helps you with your swing mechanics, some golf pros take a look at the existing swing and adapt it. Other pros do not adapt, they just start all over. Which approach is the right one to take for an average golfer? Thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's an interesting question. There's some thought put into that question by whoever wrote that up, and I think that
Somebody that's taken a few lessons from a
Yeah.
couple different pros, maybe?
right, and maybe I don't know that anybody, and I don't think I'd ever like just tell someone like, okay, we're dropping everything you think about and we're starting over from scratch. Like, this is a golf club. This is how you put your hands on it. I mean, you're adjusting things, and some things to people are going to feel bigger than other things. Like some feelings throughout the swing might feel like, whoa, we're totally reinventing the wheel, and other things are going to be a seemingly small change that maybe have bigger effects from the instruction perspective. If that makes sense. What I'm saying
Yeah, oh
there.
yeah, absolutely.
And I guess trying to get those little things to change that make big overall changes, the little feel changes that make big overall changes, that's always kind of my goal at the outset. And from my perspective as a golf pro, those are massive changes. But to the student, they're smaller changes that make that massive change. And I think the more you can approach it like that, the better off you're going to be, because you're not going to have a guy standing there going like, you want me to do what? In what way? And then you maybe give them something and they try fruitlessly for 2 or 3 swings and they just can't adjust the feeling, and then you got to adjust your approach on the fly a little bit. But I would say I try to never go the route of a complete rebuild of a swing, and maybe there's little things we tweak at a time that the overall result is a massive change. I know even in my own swing, I've never broken anything down to a complete rebuild, but if you took a video of now compared to like 6 years ago, probably going to be pretty drastically different. There'll be pieces that are still the same, but there's going to be some drastic changes in the way those two swings look. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but that's my approach to it.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the student of what you're, like you said, what feels massive, and what feels minute but might have a big change for sure. I think maybe the thing to think about is there's some guys that are really stylistic in how they teach, and it's the same method or style or method like every time, and everybody has to fall into that. And I think golf instruction has changed over the last 5 years, where it's no longer, you're not if you're a Knudsen guy, you're not just a Knudsen guy or a Hogan guy or a, whatever. Like, you don't just have to be that exact thing. I think there's so many different golf swings out there. I think, and that's, in my opinion, that's kind of the way to be a good golf professional as far as teaching is there's so many ways to hit a golf ball. And what matters is kind of impact, and that might be that far. So as long as the club is delivered in a good spot from that distance, before and after the golf ball, the rest of it doesn't matter what it looks like.
Yeah.
And
I would say that you got parts building up to that that maybe need adjusting, but you're right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
If there was, again, I talked about something similar last week when I said if there was one golf ball that was perfect, then everyone would use it. If there was one golf swing that was perfect, everyone would adapt it and work their ass off to get that to be their golf swing.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, look at the guys on tour. How many have you? I mean, maybe to the naked eye or to someone who doesn't look at golf swings all day long like we do.
Yeah.
A lot of them look similar, and there's similar components to a lot of the swings on tour, but none of them are even close to identical.
No. I mean, you've got guys with their wrists in this position, guys with their wrists in this position, guys who are super flat like Kuchar, that look flat. I don't even think he's really that flat. He's just so tall and lanky. But a guy that gets his golf club way back there, a guy like JT that gets his
straight
golf club way up in the air. Like, there's so many different ways. You're right. There's definitely characteristics that get guys to the right position. So, I mean,
I think you have to find a way to get all their components to work together. And I talked about this with a couple of my students a couple of weeks ago, and they're asking about things like wrist position that guys are big on talking about right now.
Yeah.
You need those things to match everything else. You can't just change your wrist position.
Yeah.
If your grip is super strong and then I can give you a strong wrist position, well, your balls might hit you in the leg as it goes straight left. They have to make the components work together. And
for sure. I think that's the point, right? Is I don't think that you won't see a lot these days just blow up a golf swing, unless that's what the student wants. You know, I can't hit a golf ball. I need to be. Give me your honest opinion. What is the 10 things I need to do? And if it's okay, we need to blow this up, and it's going to take some time, and you're going to suck for a little while before you get better. Or if it's your average golfer, okay, let's make a simple change. Is that comfortable? No. Okay, let's find a different change that we can make to help you enjoy the game more. I think it depends on the student, right?
Yeah, I like that idea, and I think it's important, and people talk about this quite a bit, is finding a golf pro that you feel like you're on the same page with, that maybe shares in your ideas, or you trust his or her approach to the golf swing and sticking with it. And like guys that jump around trying to find the easy fix is what I attribute to people that are going to take one lesson from one guy, one lesson from and I get when you're searching out the guy that's right for you, maybe that's what you need to do. You need to go, okay, what's your stuff all about? But I think be honest with your golf instructor about what you want out of it too. If you're going in there going, I don't know if this is the guy for me, let him or her know. Let your golf pro know that you're
I don't think anybody's going to be offended by it.
Not at all.
Okay, cool. I get it.
That there's people that will learn better from you than they learn from me, and there's people who learn better from me than they learn from you.
Yeah,
We're
totally.
different people. We approach it, even though we both know our stuff, we approach it in different ways, and maybe someone can relate to me better than they can relate to you on certain topics. And I mean, you see a lot of tour guys that they don't trust the same guy with their putting that they do with their full swing. They're finding the experts in every field and the guy that they can work with in every field. And again, if there was one perfect instructor, every single tour guy would be with that instructor. But each of them have their big name guys, or maybe guys you haven't heard of, that they trust and work with all the time. And everybody's got good ideas, and anybody that is putting the effort in to get better at instructing and cares about what they're doing is someone that you can trust.
Yeah.
You just have to figure out which guy or girl golf pro is best for you in your swing and what you want to accomplish, aligns with your goals and your dreams and all that stuff. And I think it's a process for sure, and finding the right one for you is vital.
Yeah, totally. 100%. I think the other part is that we see, like, as golfers, we're so results driven that we want we want like instant
talking about you
like instant something to go better, right? And who doesn't love that, right?
Yeah, you like the gratification of, I hit that one way better, and that's fine. And then if the next one doesn't go as good, you go, all right, what's the next fix?
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? So I think we've all taught lessons as golf pros where it's you teach it and it might not feel comfortable for the student, but you know that, and from us looking back when that is so good, and like the process is there, you just gotta try and groove it in and work on it, and that'll put you in such a better spot. And then you see him a week or two later, or a week, however long, and it's like, I didn't like that. Okay. It's just almost defeating, because you just you can look at it and go, it was so good. Like, we talked about it, and it's so good. Like, I know it feels weird, and you're not going to play good golf right away, and I think that's probably I think that's probably also crappy with where we are in Regina, like in Saskatchewan, anywhere in Canada, I guess. Like, we have such a short golf season that playing 3 weeks of bad golf to try and work in a new move is painful. Like, I've been there. I remember going to Brownie a bunch of years ago. When I first started, I've been working at the Royal for 7 years now. I think it was my second year. It was like a 3 handicap, and we were talking to him, said, how do I get better? And he gave me we could try and fix something, or we could take the next step. And I wanted to take the next step. We tried a bunch of stuff, kind of blew some things up, and I played terrible golf for like 2 years. I got up to I was like an 8-9 handicap. Like,
Yeah.
I think you and I played. I was hitting flop shot drivers that were going like 200 yards right. And I played so bad.
For the average person, that's tough to take. Like, who is going to keep pouring their money into the game?
Yeah, totally.
Go like, well, remember how I used to play? No, it's not like that anymore.
Can't play that way anymore, yeah.
Look where you got to.
And now I'm playing the best, better than I've ever played. But it took, like, honestly, 2 years of crap golf for me to finally get back to, even better now. Back to and better. So, But yeah, the process is definitely a big part of it, right?
Being that fitness is a big part of my golf instruction and what I do in the game of golf, I don't have a single person who. I don't have a single person who comes to me and goes, well, I want to get stronger, and then we go up and I don't do bench press with anybody, but I'll use this as an example. I don't bench
press isn't good?
Well, it's fine. It has its place, but they don't bench press 100 pounds and then go, well, I want to bench press 200 pounds. How can I do that by the end of today? Well, it's not going to happen.
Your chest crushed.
They don't understand that the golf swing works the same way. Are we going to make minimal gains? And maybe some days we're going to have massive gains. Some days we're going to have setbacks.
Yeah,
it's going to happen. That's life. Like, we're not. Everyone who's coming in looking for the quick fix. It's someone that's coming for one lesson. Quick fix. And I mean, to quote Kevin Dietz, he has a very good saying. He's like, I can make you a lot worse in one lesson, but I'm not going to make you infinitely better in one lesson.
It's an interesting way to think about it. Yeah. I'm not sure if we answered that question or not, but yeah.
I think we did a good job.
Yeah. All right. So there is. I don't think
the feedback.
I don't think there is a right approach, I guess, is the. It totally aligns with what kind of a golfer you are, what your goals are, and what you and your coach talk about.
So define that before you seek out instruction. Know what you want.
Figure out what you want.
I want to. I have too many people that answer that question with, "I want to get better." Well, of course you do, but like, where's your limitations? Where's your goals within that? And if you define that before you go out searching for a golf pro, then you can find a golf pro that aligns with what you actually want.
Yeah.
Easy game.
Easy game. Topic 2, next one question was, I'm getting older. How do I create more club head speed? Good question.
Great question.
Especially since the average golfer is maybe starting to slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I think, again, big promoter of the fitness aspect of golf is make sure you're taking care of your body. And that doesn't mean you got to spend hours in the gym. Doesn't mean you got to,
look like
pack your own lunch to go to the golf course that's chicken and leaves. Like you can eat.
You don't need to pack leaves. You just pull them off the tree. You get some chicken.
Your playing partner's over in the trees chewing on the branches.
Little pine needle for some flavor.
Kepka arms, here I come. No, I mean, you're doing the proper preparation, getting to the course early enough that you can limber up and add a stretching component to your game. And I mean,
that's a big one.
If you play with guys that are going to look at you funny because you're over there doing stretches on the first tee or on the driving range, well, you got to drop what other people think about you.
Wait till you hit it past them, and
wait till all of a sudden you're hitting it 20 yards further than. Or I think people don't give golf enough respect in the fact that it is a sport. It is taxing on your body. You got to take care of that body. And if your body can't perform things in the golf swing, it's not just going to magically overcome these injuries and ailments that you have and now swing properly. You got to put the work in and the time. And again, not expect immediate feedback. You're not just all of a sudden going to stretch before your next round. The missile T
that just flew back here
killed us
right back there.
But you're not just magically going to stretch and be that much more limber and be 10 shots better that day. It's going to take time to put in on that component to create faster, more speed. And I mean that's going to be injury prevention. It's going to make you swing more consistently, and it's going to add distance. It has more effects than just club head speed, but it is a way to get more speed as you age. And I mean, we've got guys we work with that are like 80 years old that are doing our TPI stuff. It's not strenuous activity. It's anybody can do it. It's basic movements, and it's very important in those three things I just touched on.
I mean, you're a big fitness guy. I'd like to be more of a fitness guy. The first one I wrote down, I thought kind of the obvious answer, obviously the gym. Yoga, also good. If you can get your, we know that the golf swing is a circle. The longer the circle, the bigger the lever, the more speed we can create. So if your shoulders go to here right now, let's find a way to make you stretch so they can get up to here, right?
Mobility for sure.
Yeah, yoga would be a big one. Also club fitting. I thought that was, that's an easy way to add some distance if you've got a poorly fit driver versus a well-fit driver, right? Or irons or whatever it is.
Yeah, make
right?
sure you've got the right components, pieces in your bag to make you hit it far.
Yeah.
And again, go into a club fitting, defining what you want out of it. Because there's ways you can build drivers to make them go really far, but you're not necessarily going to get line every time. And you're going to want, somewhere your goals defined and what you want out of your driver or irons that it's going to make them fit you and fit your goals and results in golf.
Yeah, I've got shaft length written down as well. I thought, again, with this conference I was just at, I sat through a really interesting presentation from Liam Mucklow from Golf Lab, and they've done a ton of research on shaft length in 3/4 increments, anywhere from 43 all the way up to 47. They've measured guys, and the consistency of the strike and ball speed, right? Like, ball speed is a big, how to gain speed, ball speed, you need more ball speed, right? Or how to gain distance, you need ball speed. So, and what they kind of found was that, most stock drivers on the market are 45 and a half, and most players hit a driver better with a different length shaft than that. There wasn't a consecutive, shorter or longer, but they found, some guys hit it way better with a 47-inch driver. Some guys hit it way better with a 43.5-inch driver, anything like that. But it all became consistency of strike.
Yeah.
So they hit it a more consistent golf shot because the shaft was in a better spot for them.
Translating club head speed into ball speed is massive. And as soon as you get off center with that contact,
ball speed diminishes.
Goes way down really fast. Anybody looking to gain more distance, so that doesn't really, not exactly club head speed, but more distance. The centerness of strike is massively important.
Yeah, and so that was really interesting. I found, just because I've never really experimented myself, and I think maybe we all kind of fall into the trap. Manufacturers give us one length, and you might get a 45 and a half, and then a bunch of 45s, and you kind of just okay. So I want to make sure I implement some, changes as far as how I fit clubs, but thought that was really interesting. And what they found was even going shorter didn't diminish club head speed. Like Ricky Fowler plays a 43 and a half inch, basically a 3-wood in his driver, and he hits it just as far, if not because he hits it better.
Yeah, he picked up a bunch of distance, and I think they attributed some of that to him going to a shorter driver, better contact, and like you said, it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to swing it any slower. It changes the weight aspects of it. That will have a factor in how fast you can swing it too. And,
totally.
And centerness of contact, it gives can't talk.
No, it's hit it in the middle. Hit it in the middle, put a good pass on it, and you're going to hit it further. But a couple easy. And then the last thing I had, I think you and I both worked with the new Super Speed stuff. Really like their program. I think it's awesome. I don't use it as much as I should, but I use it. But it's my warm up now for sure. If I'm not swinging it every day, it's at least my warm up before every round of golf, where I can, swing forward and then make sure I swing offhand, which is muscles that you don't normally use. So I thought it was huge.
Adds in putting a warm up into your routine. And it's it takes under 10 minutes to do. I think the first stage they recommend you do it 3 times a week. It's I don't know what does a package of those run you, about $300
something like that
for a Super Speed package. So when you're talking the long term benefits of it, and it does add a tremendous amount of speed to your game.
I went from I was swinging at 113, normally about 113, 114, and at the end of last season I was swinging at right around 120. And not all attributed to Super Speed, but I thought that was certainly a helpful.
Well, that's a massive jump. That's so 7 miles an hour. If you translate that at 1.5 to ball speed, that's 10.5 miles an hour of ball speed you're adding, which is almost between 20 and 30 yards of distance out of 7 miles an hour. So, you could take that a smaller number too. If you're talking adding 2 or 3 miles an hour of club head speed, all of a sudden that's 10 yards of distance. That's one club less than the green without you having to change anything. It's just making you use your your golf muscles a little bit more efficiently in the swing. I mean, add that in with a regular stretching routine, you're going to see massive gains.
Yeah.
So I think that's. I'm not a big guy on swing aids.
Yeah.
Stumbled over that one a little bit. Sure. Rip me apart in the feedback. Do whatever you need to do.
You're real concerned about that feedback, eh?
You know, I am and I'm not. But no, super speed is that's one thing that I do work with, and I'd like to start up some programs to get people to using that more as distance gains. It's a very useful advice.
Hopefully that answers questions for kind of the couple golf swing or topics. So if not, leave a comment or ask more questions. We'd love to hear them and we'd love to answer. Topic 3.
Topic 3.
I labeled this one the best of. This was your idea.
Right.
So you started it off with.
Took my idea and you just said, I don't like that idea.
No,
we're going to change
come on. It was exactly the same. I expanded.
It made it
better. It made it bigger.
That's why I'm just throwing things at the wall, and you're catching them and putting them
pretty
together.
much what this is.
You know.
So we had the favorite golf hole in the province. Let us know what yours is. Comment below on the YouTube channel or send us a message on social media. We want to know what your favorite golf hole is in the province.
Or just go outside your house and yell it really loudly into the air.
We're driving it small.
Maybe if we're driving by, we might hear what's going on, or at least your neighbors will. Or, you know, somebody, your cat.
A little bit of promotion for the golf course, just midwinter.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
You got yours. You had yours sorted out. We both agreed on one when we talked beforehand. Kind of one of our favorites, Dakota Dunes, 13, 5-hole par 4. Over the big ravine.
Yeah.
What are the carries? I think it's only like a 230 carry. 240 carry?
It depends. We usually bounce us around tee boxes back there. I think from the back tees, you're looking at more like 270 to the...
Is it?
Yeah, it's
I think I've only played the back tees once.
And it's tough because I don't have like a handheld GPS, and you park the carts way away from the tee box.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to sit there on the GPS, trying to triangulate. Okay, if I go back there, and then it goes
one guy
way,
goes down on the tee, laser forward. Yeah,
which I think it's a big hit to get it over that gorge. But I think most of the time I've played there, it's been either at least downwind or crosswind. I don't think I've ever played.
Have you ever played it out to the right?
Actually, that's not true. The very first time I played there was the pro partner like 3 years ago, and I never played a practice round. It's a shotgun start. I've never played the course before. Guess where I start? Hole 13. There. Probably the most difficult hole because I was standing on the tee.
If you've never played it, it's questionable, right?
Where the green's over there? I don't see any fairway. Fairway going that direction. Is that a different hole? I don't know.
Yeah,
but. That's the only time I didn't
it's
go
a
after
super hard hole if you go out to the right. Like, I feel bad for anybody that has to play it out to the right because you've got this tiny little narrow landing area with a big hill on the left, like out of bounds on the right. Like it's a hard tee shot, and then this massive pot bunker just on the left corner.
Yeah, you can't go in there.
I've
driven over there.
Shockingly, that's where I hit it when I went out that way, right? So you're making 10 in a hurry.
It's not like you're going out to the right and it's a super safe play. Like,
no,
you lay back. Oh, great! Now I've got 180 yards into the hole. Like you still kind of got to hit driver if you go out that way.
Yeah, it's a tough. If you got to go to the right, I mean, it's not an easy hole to hit it over there. You got to hit it hard. You got to be able to hit it hard. But it's. I think it makes the hole so much easier to go at it.
Yeah.
But then the green is so big. That's kind of the funnest part of the whole
hill
thing.
In the middle of it, and it runs away on both sides of that hill.
And a big bunker in front.
Yeah. So even if you drive, I will say for driving it at the green, you clear that little crest, and then it kind of slopes down till you get right before the green. And a lot of the time, you all stop on that downslope. So now you've got a 40-yard pitch shot off a tight downhill lie.
It's a tough hole. Yeah,
I have made two there. Chipped in for two a couple of years ago. I chipped in for two, and then the next day, I had the downhill lie off the chip shot, and I hit that one about 6 feet. But then I chipped the next one in for birdie. So I had two chip-ins in 2 days, 3 under for the hole. That's why I'm in agreement.
I don't think I've ever made eagle. I think I've made a few birdies on there, but I don't think I've ever made eagle. But on that one at least.
Yeah, that's a great golf hole. And it would be easy to sit here and pick out all the signature holes on all these courses. Mm-hmm. That's not necessarily a signature hole at Dakota. I think the 15 is the downhill par 3. Yeah. The 13 is a really good golf hole. And actually,
I like that one.
for you to I think Was Roger Hogle there at one point, like when they first opened?
Can't remember.
So I played with somebody that was there when it first opened, and they talked about playing with the designer right after it opened, and he said that he never intended that hole for you to be able to drive over there. Like when they,
oh really?
The designer, he didn't think people would take
Go
on
for it.
that option, but if it's not into a gale force wind, it's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, you gotta go for it.
And even if it was, I'd still be trying to lean on it. Like
I played it into the fan, and I still think you gotta go for it. Like, I think it's the play.
I'm not doing that hole any other way.
No.
And I love playing that golf course. It's one of my favorite golf courses.
What's your other
to play?
What are another one? You were talking about Long Creek.
Yeah, I got Long Creek.
Soft spot for Long Creek.
That's my baby. That's where I honed my craft.
Yes, yeah, that's okay.
I didn't grow up playing there, but when I got back into golf 6 years ago, looped that thing over and over and over and over. And one of the toughest and best holes on that golf course is the second hole, and the only knock against it is it's the second hole. Like it would be a great 17th hole, like something to come near the end, but I think back tees it's about 420. Goes straight out and then dog legs around the corner, and it's one of the only holes on the course that you've got a little bit of a bailout left off the tee, but the more you bail out left, the longer your next shot is in. Like, I don't love a golf course where you can hit it offline, and the more you hit it offline, the better shape you're in for the next shot. I don't love that about a golf course. I like there you can hit driver. If you're hitting driver, you got about 280 to 300 straight out at the trees in front of you, and then as you turn the corner a little bit, you can hit it further. That narrows up, it's closer to the green, you're gonna have less in, but tougher tee shot to thread in.
Narrow, long green, right?
Yeah, it's not necessarily long, but it's super narrow. The only knock against the green complex is on the right side. If you get a back right flag, you got your flag, you maybe have 8 feet to the edge of the green, you've got a foot of rough, and then the cart path and a hazard. So you can miss that second shot 15 feet to the right of that flag, and you're not getting the golf ball back.
Yeah.
And I think if the cart path didn't run back there, you maybe have a little bit more of a chance. But and then you get a little bit of a bailout coming into the green. You can go left a little bit, but you got mounding and trees over there. You're gonna have to get lucky to be able to get the next one close to the pin. You're probably gonna be able to get it on the green. So it has risk reward throughout the entire hole. It's scenic. It's got nice trees are coming out of a chute with water crossing in front of the tee box. It's got the look, it's got playability, it's got risk reward, it's got everything that I love about a golf hole. I have no knocks on that hole whatsoever.
No,
there's no, and I mean you play it in a scramble, you move up a tee box. There's even a shot at turning it a little bit and getting it to go at the green. I've never seen anybody get it on the green there, but it is possible if you can get up in a hurry and turning right. You can get down in front of the green.
See, my golf ball, I always have to take it over the tree to the right and peel it back.
You'd have to hit it low off the maintenance shack and then get it to kind of bounce up with the side spin going this way.
It's a tough tee shot for me.
It'd be a tough one for you. You turning over left to right. But, and then again, like you get it, but you can if you're hitting it straight out, you can get it turning way right to left to be over on the fourth green and have about 240 in. But
I might have been there.
At least you're not like a lot of that course. You hit a tee shot offline and it's another. You're getting another golf ball out. So that's one of my favorite ones in the province. Soft spot for it because it is my home course. But
if we're going to childhood golf courses, Echo Ridge. I've been there a while out at Kitepwa there. Echo Ridge Golf Course.
Fort
Capel, sorry.
Okay, I've never played that one. I played Kitepwa.
So a little 9-hole track. It's like where I grew up playing, but the 1, 2, 3, 4, 6th hole, 6th and the 2nd hole are two of my favorite ones. 6th hole is this par 4 that when I was a kid it looked huge, and it was like a no-brainer. You just hit driver to the corner and then hit like a little wedge into the green. Water all up the left side, like 10 feet left of the green is a cliff that's got water, and then all up the right is the highway. So there's a fence, obviously, so out of bounds. But as a kid, it seemed like, you hit driver to whatever, and it was, just hit it straight out there and no problem. And then I went back a bunch of years ago, and when I could hit a ball a little bit further, obviously, and it's only like, it's not very far. It might be just over 300 yards. So all of a sudden, it's like, well, do I hit a 5-iron off the tee or do I just rip driver? But then you got the water all up the left side of the road. So all of a sudden, it went from like this big, huge hole when I was a kid, this tiny little golf hole. You're like, oh wow, I can make 12 in a hurry here. Like if I could be reloading off the tee or way back here in the water.
It's interesting how the dynamic changes based on how being able to hit it further than you could hit.
Yeah,
that's good. Then, I like the nostalgia there going back.
And then number 2 is a good one on that course too. Right out of a chute, fence on the right that's at like 250, but big fence protecting like the third hole, and then big bunkers protecting in front of the green, a little walkway to an elevated green. Just one of my favorite holes, just because it seemed like it was always a tough shot right off this, the second hole, because you had to hit it out of a chute and you had to hit a relatively, straight tee shot. So that was always a favorite too. And I think one of my buddies got a hit with a golf ball right in the chest one day. I think one of the guys I was playing with was teeing off. And, typical walks right back down the hole through the middle instead of walking like around the bunkers. Walk right through the middle, and then was like head in the air, took a golf ball right in the chest. I don't think I'll ever forget that. That was good.
That's awesome.
And one we both agreed on was Riverside 18.
Yeah, that's if you want a pretty looking golf hole. I mean, that the only one of 2 fully private golf courses in the province. So if you get a chance to get on that whole course,
is
unbelievable. But the 18th hole there, overlooking the river, and you've got again risk-reward tee shot and a really tough second shot into that green with the cliff edge of the water just staring at you. That's a tough golf hole. Yeah, and it's a nice looking golf hole as well.
Yeah. We could probably keep going on and on in golf holes.
For sure.
Yeah.
We'll
bring it back.
Great golf courses in this province and so many scenic views, and it's.
What's your favorite golf hole? Let us know. Comment on YouTube or send us a message on social media if we want to hear. And we'll bring this topic back, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
So continuing with the best of. Favorite golf movie line. Another one that you and I could go on.
See, you wrote a bunch.
I wrote a bunch down. I have to
going
prepare.
Off the cuff here.
Man, we could go off of this forever, I think. But we'll keep it we'll keep it a couple lines each.
The one that jumps out at me, and I'll just go with a whole scene. But I mean, any of the conversation back and forth between Danny Noonan and Ty Webb in Caddyshack.
You do drugs, Danny? Every day?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
I don't see what the problem is. That's one of them. And I think that it's in the same scene as when he's talking about Danny being the ball, and he's got the blindfold down over his eyes, and he's talking about not wanting to work at a lumberyard.
What's the matter with a lumberyard?
I own 3 of them.
I notice you don't spend a lot of time there.
Well, I'm not quite sure where they are. That all day, and then he puts the blindfold on, and Chevy Chase hitting blindfolded shots, and he's throwing darts, and then Danny Noonan tries goes right in the water, and he goes, "Where'd it go?" He's right in the lumberyard.
Right in the lumberyard.
That's one of my favorite. And then when he's on the green hitting putts, and he's doing all his philosophical talks, and in one physical model of the universe, Danny, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line in the opposite direction. And then he pops the ball over the other one. And he goes,
amazing.
That's amazing. Thank you very little. And he walks away.
That's a good one. Caddyshack's got so
I recommend watching Caddyshack and paying very close attention to everything Chevy Chase says, because the scene that's not really related to golf when he's with Lacey Underall in his apartment, and the whole banter back and forth between them when he talks about hunting dolphins, and there's an uncashed check for $80,000. Keep it. There's a bunch of them. Yeah, that whole, and then him with Bill Murray and that. I can quote the whole movie.
Got a pool and a pond. Pond would be good for you though.
Yeah, I mean, endless. All right, what's yours?
Same story, same movie. Caddyshack was one. I got 2. The Cinderella story monologue.
Oh yeah,
Cinderella story. Out of nowhere, former greenskeeper about to become the Masters champion. It looks like a miracle. It's in all. Yeah, one of my favorites. Yeah. And then gambling is illegal.
Oh yeah.
I'll bet you $100 gambling is illegal at Bushwood, and I never slice.
Straight in the bush.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorites. I got Happy Gilmore.
Oh, yeah.
Doing the bull dance. Feeling the flow. Feeling the flow.
It goes up and down and around.
Circular.
All good things. Harness good, block bad.
Out the bat. Yeah, that's a good one. And then, and the Shooter McGavin. Saw a guy, you know what I saw the other day, Bob? Guy right there whips down his pants, got HA on one cheek. Sure enough, PPY right there on the other.
Yeah, I love when it's doing really good. Well, I'm not, Doug.
Yeah, love that one. Those are good ones.
Yeah.
Another one? You got another one?
No,
for now?
I probably got a
Keep
million
going forever?
more, 100. There's the philosophical, nostalgic ones that you find in Legend of Bagger Vance. A lot of those. There's so many.
Caddyshack's got so many funny ones.
Maybe we'll do a full reenactment of Caddyshack on the next episode. Just a whole hour and a half long movie, right from the beginning, playing several different parts each.
Of course, yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe just like a one-man show. You could do a one-man show, and I'll just kind of be the director.
The Dalai Lama. So loop for the Dalai Lama, and he's gonna not give me a tip. He's gonna stiff me.
You know what he says to me? Gunga,
gunga, gunga.
Which means
you will on your deathbed, you will receive eternal consciousness.
So I got
that going for me.
Which is nice.
Which is nice. Yeah, definitely a good one for sure. Okay, favorite PGA Tour golfer?
For that one there. We want to go speed round on this one, quick one.
I got Sergio Garcia. Long time fan of El Nino.
All right.
Ooh, tough one. I didn't think it was going to be that hard.
Adam Scott's jumping out of
it.
Love the golf swing, the demeanor. I'm a big Koepka fan, and I've actually been a Koepka fan since he played on the European Tour back when no one had heard of him.
Yeah.
I love the route there. I love the determination, building up his game over there, coming back over here, and just the stoic nature with him. Gary Woodland, another guy that represents like that maybe is a little bit less famous, hits it a mile.
Oh, yeah.
His demeanor never changes. He's always just looks like he's ready to walk into the ring and go 12 rounds with Ali. Is how I picture Gary Woodland, but that'd be a few of my guys.
Yeah.
Favorite ball retriever.
Favorite ball retriever.
Are we talking like conventional ball retrievers? Like, because of conventional
what length, what scoop?
You don't want
straight of the club
bring
pro
my
guy.
dad on. He'd be an expert in this. A guy, he just bought a golf membership so that he could go to the course and hunt golf balls. He would when he came home, it didn't matter what he shot. He would tell me how many golf balls he found that day and where he found his honey holes for the day, which I'm not at liberty to talk about on camera.
It's confidential.
I've actually signed a waiver, but
that's just for fun.
My favorite one. I love the one with all the metal rings in there that kind of spin out, and then all of a sudden it creates a pocket, but it fits more aerodynamically.
I haven't seen that one.
It actually improves the fuel efficiency of the golf cart.
The fuel of
the golf cart. So when it's in the back, you don't have as much drag resistance because of all the metal rings.
I like the one that was specifically designed for ball hunters. That's like it's just a string, and it's like a cage that's like this big, and guys just throw it out like they're fishing and reel it back in. Oh, I got three. That's my favorite. But yeah, ball retrievers.
I like that.
Don't buy ball retrievers.
No, that's.
Please don't.
But if you do, make sure you get the one that has the cover for it. You don't.
Get a good one. Get a nice, Callaway makes a nice one with a cover on it.
Head cover you put on there and matches all your iron covers.
Don't just buy the $12 ball retriever. Go out and spend some money. Invest in you.
That thing. Imagine the returns when that thing's hauling in Pro V1s out of the middle of the lake.
Favorite golf book. I just finished reading a little while ago, I guess. Golf is not a game of perfect.
That's where I would go with this. Is I've read 4 or 5 of his books.
They're good.
They don't dive into anything technical. It's all how you can think the game better and in a really simple, straightforward way. And he's worked with a lot of really good players. If you're going to read any golf books, Rotella is the way to go.
Yeah. Have you read George Knudsen's book?
Is that the one, like the little red book?
That's Harvey Penick. That's a good one.
Too. I have not read George
Knudsen's a good. What is it? Oh, Natural Golf.
Okay.
It's a good one. It's just all about how free flowing the golf swing should be, and how it's just all based on like forces that the body creates, and not. Really interesting book. Then we'll get into what it is.
Again, all these guys that have got these books published, they knew what they were talking about. And being able to pick and choose and pick up things from each one, and then maybe you just like reading them to read them. And I like reading Rotell's books. He's got a lot of stories about insight into PGA guys when they were winning, where they were at, what their frame of mind was, how they overcame kind of negative things that went on. And everyone has their demons, and that was the biggest thing I took away from a lot of those books.
Have you ever heard of The Golf Machine? I haven't read it. I don't want to read it. It's like, I think the easy way to caption it is the golf swing can be broke down into 112 nice, easy, simple moving parts. And it was like dead serious. Like I've seen people joke about that, and this is a dead serious.
Sounds
The
like
golf swing can be
Club Pro
it's
guy.
just a simple 187 movements. Yeah, I don't ever want to read that one, but
It tells you what each
that'll mess
bone
you
in your
up.
body needs to
Yeah.
be doing at every moment in the golf swing.
yeah,
It's
totally.
great.
And then
Favorite golf
course you've ever played?
I think you got your roster for this is a lot longer than mine.
maybe a little bit. Yeah.
Here right now, should we do it from camera 2?
Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1,
one,
camera 2, camera 1, camera 2.
Get Wayne's
Name
World
the movie.
quotes.
Oh.
Oh, come on, name the movie. So last summer, I had a chance to play the Broadmoor in Colorado Springs, which is kind of a massive resort. It's kind of, I'd say, almost in the heart of Colorado Springs, right on the edge of the mountain, the Cheyenne Mountains there, where they have the President's Secret bunker.
Do they?
Well, do they, don't they? But they had the Senior U.S. Open there this past summer, and I had to play it the day after
remember
the
you telling me
tournament with the Sunday pin still in, the grandstand's all still up, the rope's still out. Nobody there watching, which is kind of super eerie, but the rough was just the most ridiculous rough I've ever seen. I think David Toms won the tournament. He's like 4 under for 4 days. Like, it was low scoring or high scoring.
4 under?
Yeah, he's
High scoring.
4 under, and he was only.
Relatively
Well,
high, yeah.
I just didn't know how to word that. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
But there was only like 3 or 4 guys under par even on the whole event. I had to watch some of the event and then to play the course right after and see how thick the rough was. It was a treat. And I played that golf course before, but to play it with that setup and with the grandstands and all this stuff still out there,
That'd be sweet.
It was a cool experience. I mean, as far as views go and quality of the golf course, it is probably the best one that I've ever got to play on.
What about in Canada?
Best one in Canada. Let's see.
You think about the Canada.
Yeah,
Mine
yeah.
in the States is Pebble. For sure. Like,
yeah.
just can't beat it. I got to play with my dad. It was his 50th, my 21st birthdays. Yeah, we went down and played it. Stayed in the lodge on 18 with our balcony was facing the 18th, and it was just like, yeah, it was the coolest trip. A cool golf course. Like, had a couple caddies came with us, hit the ball well too, which made it even more fun. But yeah, super cool to go play that one, and put yourself in some spots where so many good golf pros have played, and so many legendary rounds of golf have been played. So that was really cool. Yeah. To Canada.
What are the two in Canmore? Silvertip and what's the other one? I can't remember. I think Silvertip is the one that I like. It's the one on the south side of the highway. There's two. I played one this summer, and I played one a couple of times. I wish I could. Stewart Creek?
Stewart Creek? That's a good one, yeah.
I think that's the one I'm thinking of.
I don't know.
Not Silvertip. Stewart Creek. It's got the first hole, you tee off, and it goes way downhill, and there's the old mine shaft is on the left side.
Oh, cool.
And then the 10th hole is like a massive wide open fairway. So you can tell, I think it's Stewart Creek is that one. I love the treatment there, the facility. Silvertip's a nice course too. But anything in that kind of the mountains in Alberta, I've played a lot of those.
I've never been out that way to play golf in Canada.
I would recommend it, but I mean, what I'll comment on, and maybe this goes against the favorite golf course, but anyway, I'll loop this in. I don't love the treatment at the resort courses. The pros won't give you any time of day, but at Stewart Creek, I can't remember the name of the guy that's the pro there, but very accommodating, very welcoming. Just the atmosphere and the way he made myself feel and the guys that I was there playing with, it was. That attributes to the fact that I like that golf course.
Yeah,
we wanted to go loop it again at near the end of the day, and there's no one out there, and he's just send us out to
have fun.
And we're like, that's awesome.
Yeah,
it was a ton of fun, the atmosphere there, and then a great golf course as well. So that's probably my favorite one in Canada. And there's a massive number of them. Again, I haven't got a chance to play in any of the interior BC, or I mean, you got to play, and which the one that I know is coming for your favorite. So I won't steal your thunder here.
Mine previously to this one was Royal Montreal.
Yeah.
Which was unbelievable because I got to play, or I went and watched the President's Cup in Royal Montreal, or in Montreal the year before, and the year after I went and played the course. So super fun. I went to back tees right to the Tiger tees, and that was a lot of fun. But this year was Cabot Cliffs and Cabot Links. Absolutely the coolest golf experience I've ever had. Like, it was the Cliffs was amazing. I was a little hungover.
As you should.
There's only a couple things to do when you're that far east. Like, it's golf and drink. It's tough. Yeah. But I need lobster, but lobster is out of season. But a little hungover going into the Cliffs, but just amazing. I got through the first 6 holes and didn't think the course could get any better, and then somebody goes, "You haven't even been to the back 9 yet," and it was just there's some unbelievable.
Yeah. And everyone I've talked to that comes back from that. Well, and you played it in the RBC Scramble, cool. And anyone that comes back from that event has nothing but good things to say about that golf course. And I think I have another friend that went there and played it with his family, and it's definitely on my list.
Plug for the PGA RBC Scramble. Get a team together and go play in a local and try and qualify for regional, and then get to nationals. Because man, it is a trip of a lifetime. So anybody that hasn't played in it before, go sign up and play in it for sure.
Awesome. That's it.
That's what we got for today.
Very successful episode too.
Made it through.
Again, we meant to make this one shorter. We just like talking a little bit too much.
Well, that happens.
Cheers. Ahead of me here. Finish that up.
Sorry. Cheers. My bad.
Eat it.
Send us your comments. What do you want us to talk about in the next episode? What do you think about some of the things we said? If you have any questions or comments, YouTube down below, or send us a message on social media, or just yell at us in the streets. Any of that would be great. Thanks for coming again. Always lots of fun. Absolutely.
That was a great time.
I think next episode we've already planned to have some guests, or to try and get some guests.
Gear it up.
So we'll see you next time on Pros with Pints. Sweet.
Cut.